Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16, Sunday, June 12th. And Judy Kennedy from Whitehorse Gear and Whitehorse Press is here today. How are you today?
I'm great. It's beginning of Bike Week. Couldn't be better.
Absolutely. And so we're going to talk about a bunch of things. One of the things we're going to talk about is a book you guys have called Motorcycle Journeys Through New England.
Right.
And we're actually going to give away this very copy right here. And what a nice book. I've been looking through it, looking at the pictures. And, I mean, even if you weren't a motorcyclist, what a great little tour guide of New England
absolutely.
here.
Yes, that's true. You don't have to be a motorcyclist to enjoy this book.
Absolutely.
But it is written by a motorcyclist, one of the motorcycling journalists. And so it's very heavy on where the good roads are and where all the good places to eat and stay and all of that all through New England.
And I can imagine. And it's nice too because it has all of New England in here. I was taking a look at the big map here, and so it has all of New England, and down in Rhode Island up to northern Maine. And it's funny because you think about there's a tour around Rhode Island. You think, wow, it's only 123 miles to on the tour of Rhode Island.
Right.
You get a good view, good feel for Rhode Island, for example, and then some great ones up in New England, northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So what a lot of fun.
And there's a big chapter, of course, on this area in this book. Chapter 13 is all on all the White Mountain notches. And, we have 5 or 6 notches right around us here. And this is a way to get around that. And what we've done at Whitehorse Gear is we have excerpted that chapter into this little brochure here. And it has point-to-point directions. It's the chapter from the book, and we give it away at our store. And also we have given lots of copies to the hotels and motels in town.
That's great.
So it's also printed in both English and in French. There's a French version for our friends from the north. So
well, that sounds great. Now, so this is Motorcycle Week coming up here this week.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Motorcycle Week, just what a great, there was a whole bunch of motorcycles that went by my house. I went and I said, is this the beginning of Motorcycle Week? And yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And so what do you guys do kind of to gear up for Motorcycle Week?
Well, we actually have to do a lot because we get a lot of visitors. We actually don't go and exhibit down at Laconia, but what we try to do is get them to come here and participate in things here, like Rally in the Valley, which is put on by the Valley Riders, and to come to our store and shop. And so we have lots of things on sale, and we have lots of staff over there who can help people pick the right kind of gear for better riding. And
so let's talk about the shop. Where is it located, for those who don't know?
It's located on East Conway Road, just beyond the police station there. That's the most easiest way to find it.
So
go to the police station, go a block.
Right, so if you're coming from Freiburg, you're going to take a right, basically the first right once you turn on to 302.
Right.
And go down East Conway Road, and if you're coming on the other way, it's just past Crest Chevrolet and
That's
up that way, and the
left.
Sears, and turn a left. And then plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking. We are right behind Country Cabinets, for those that know it. But there's plenty of signage, too. You can look for a sign, look for the sign.
And what can people find in the store? You mentioned you got gear, you got books, you got so much stuff.
We don't actually sell motorcycles, and we don't sell parts for motorcycles. But we sell just about everything else.
Right.
We have a big helmet selection, big jacket and pants selection for riding gear. We also have all kinds of mounting gear for a bike. Lots of people today want to put their smartphones or their GPSs on their bikes, and we have all kinds of what they call ram mounts for that.
Yeah.
We also sell luggage for motorcycling, all different kinds, cruiser-type luggage and regular-type luggage. And we have lots of gadgets, and given the weather up here that's often unpredictable, I just heard that there's snow on top of Mount Washington. We do sell, of course, rain gear, and we sell heated gear for when it gets cold. So we have a big variety of things.
Sounds like kind of a one-stop shop for gear and clothing and everything there at Whitehorse.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's great. And how many years have you guys been doing this?
About 25, actually. We're just a little bit more than 25. This started as a book publishing operation, and that's why I brought the book, because this book is about here, and we actually published this book. And so we have a whole series of books, actually, that are regional touring guides. This would be like a FODAR's guide for motorcyclists.
Right.
We have one on the Alps, we have one on California, we have one, a very popular one on Atlantic Canada, the Gaspé, Cape Breton Island, all of that. So we have a whole series of motorcycle guidebooks, and this is the one on New England.
Now, we're showing it right here, so you obviously have them available online, too.
Oh, yes, that's right. We have a big website. Everything's online, www.whitehorsegear.com, www.whitehorsepress.com. You can get there either way.
Either way. Well, that's great. So it gives people a lot of the opportunities. So you said you don't go down to Laconia, but you probably see a lot of people from Laconia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, more and more people are staying up in this area.
Right.
It's a beautiful place to stay, and it's away from the hubbub of it. Sometimes down by the weirs, it gets pretty trafficky during a good week with lots of sun and all. So people stay up here, and then they go to what they want to see down there, and then they come back up here for the night. And, so we hope they'll stop by our store. The other thing I would just mention is tomorrow is Ride to the Sky Day on Mount Washington.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I always remember that. What a great day, just seeing all the
There
motorcycles.
are 2 days this week. Tomorrow is one day, and Thursday
which
is the other day.
Traditional one, yeah.
And that means that nothing but motorcycles and the tour buses are allowed, the auto road tour buses are allowed on the road that day. So it's all motorcycling. It's one of the biggest days for the auto road. And everybody on a motorcycle wants to go up to the top of Mount Washington. So there are 2 days of it. And hopefully people coming up from Laconia will stop by. People that are staying around here will stop by our store on the way.
Absolutely.
So that's good.
Absolutely. Well, why don't we give away the book
right
now? So this is called Motorcycle Journeys Through New England, the 4th edition, by Ken Aiken. And again, just some great photos in here. We're trying to figure out the lighthouse on the cover. I can't remember which lighthouse that was. But really a nice book for a motorcyclist or anybody touring around New England. But like you say, it highlights being on a motorcycle. Now, you ride a motorcycle. Or you passenger a motorcycle. So you can have the book open and say, turn here.
I could. I could, actually. But I don't. It's a little hard to take directions from the back seat on a motorcycle. But we sell all kinds of communication equipment. So, in fact, the passenger can communicate with
the navigator. I always love seeing that, the microphones and and all that other stuff on the.
So we talk back and forth a lot. But I try not to be a backseat driver.
Right.
But
if you had this guide through New England, you'd be official and you'd be able to be the backseat driver and say, turn here. So. All right. That's Cape Netick Light? Okay.
Oh, great.
Thank you for filling us in on that. All right. So we have a question? All right. So here's our question. And so a little bonus watch and win today, 356-6619. You get to win a copy of Motorcycle Journeys Through New England. And here is our question. What is the average number of visiting motorcyclists in Laconia during Bike Week? Is it 100,000, 150,000, 250,000, or 500,000? How many is the average number of motorcyclists during Bike Week? Good morning, White Mountains Today. Do you have an answer for us?
500,000.
500,000. Is that right, Judy?
No.
No, it is not right. So it's obviously less than 500,000. So let's see how many it is here during Bike Week. Good morning, White Mountains Today. Do you have an answer for us?
Is it B, 150?
Is it B, 150, Judy?
No.
No, it's not 150 either. So, wow, see, it's either 100,000 or 250,000 motorcyclists that travel through. Good morning, White Mountains Today. Do you have an answer for us?
C, 250,000.
C, 250,000. That is correct. Who's on the phone?
Scott from Jackson.
Scott from Jackson. Well, we have a copy of Motorcycle Journeys Through New England for you. Are you a motorcyclist yourself, Scott?
No, I'm going to have to buy one now.
There you go. You got the book. You got to buy one. Hang on the phone, Scott. We'll get a hold of you in just a minute. We might lose you, Scott, but we'll get him back. So, Scott gets a copy of Motorcycle Journeys Through New England, and this is a beautiful book, and just it's kind of one of those things that I can appreciate a good book, just the way it's printed and the pictures and the firmness of it. I like that. So that's a nice thing. So what do you want to finish with, Judy? What else do you want to tell us about Whitehorse Gear and Motorcycle Week?
Well, I think people should come and see us over there because I think you'd be interested that there is as large a shop as this in the area.
Yeah.
And we welcome people. We're open 7 days a week, 9 to 5. And we have a huge selection of things, actually. And people have a lot of fun. We originally were a mail order company.
Right.
So this is actually our warehouse. We call it a warehouse store. But it's very well lit and clean and all of that.
Absolutely.
So it's great fun. It's like going to a good hardware store, actually.
Good hardware
is
store,
what I think of it. It's like, and people seem to like that, and we just turn them loose and let them browse and do whatever they want in the
terrific.
store. So,
That's terrific.
So I hope people will come to see us. Bike Week is great fun. I would like to give the Valley riders a big round of applause because they do a wonderful job. They raise scholarship money for our kids at Kennett. They've given, over the years, they do this rally in the Valley. You get a wristband, you get a 10% off at our place and a lot of other places around town if you have one of the wristbands. And all that money goes to scholarships for kids in the Valley. And over the years, they've given away $80,000
That's terrific.
in scholarship money. So
Terrific.
they really do a great job. And besides, they have a lot of fun during Bike Week here. It's a rolling rally. They actually go to different places. Last night they were at Tuckerman's. Tonight they're at McGrath's. They're going to be at the Wildcat Inn. They're going to be at the inn at New England, I think, and I've forgotten where every night is a different spot. So.
That's terrific. Well, Judy, thanks so much for coming by, and don't forget to check out whitehorsegear.com or whitehorsepress.com or check out the store.